Welcome back, friends, from more Santa Lucia. Hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. Last time, we had a bizarre dream. We got to know a little bit more about Nate. I said that backwards. But it's okay, because we are continuing. So let us continue the journey of Santa Lucia and the first day orientation. My eyes slowly open once more, returning my mind to the real world. That was a real yawn. I stretch out my arms and sit up straight. Sleep well? Yeah, actually. I feel pretty refreshed. I stand up and shake off the remaining stiffness. No nightmares this time. Hey, look at me for a sec. Your fur is all matted beneath your eyes. Were you crying in your sleep? What? Brush my arm across my eyes, and sure enough, it comes back wet. What the hell? So you had a nightmare again after all. I sit back down and shake my head. I don't even remember what it was. I focus, trying to recall anything. But nothing comes to me. Just the fleeting memory of a warm, comforting shiver. How long was I out? She looks back down at her phone that's sitting on the table. About 45 minutes. Oh, really? There you are! I couldn't see you that well all the way back here. Hey, Chris. Where's Nate and Brian? Brian's still down at the beach. I think Nate's talking with those drama students over there. We, need to get back to the tour. Can you guys do me a favor and go get them? But of course, I'll find Nate. That means I have to run down the stairs. That'll definitely wake you up. She bolts off before I can say anything else. I could do it. I shake my head and frown. Nah, you two don't get along. I'll just do it. Thanks, Bennett. I cringe at the sound of my full name. Don't mention it. The sound of the waves amplify against the nearby cliffs as I reach the sand. It's actually quite a beautiful sight, all things considered. I start scanning the area for any signs of Brian. I managed to spot a shirtless panda tossing a football to a similarly built crocodile in the distance. My feet sink into the sand with every step. Damn it! I better not get any of my shoes. Brian! I decided to cut my losses and call out to him. Luckily, I managed to get his attention. We have to get going! I wait for him to follow. He tosses his football back to the crocodile one last time and says something I can't hear. I can already feel the gritty texture of the sand in my shoes. Losing my patience, I turn back towards the stairs and don't bother waiting for him to catch up. Feels like the Sahara Desert is pouring out of my shoes. The panda tats on my shoulder, still shirtless. Yo, have you seen my shirt? I give him an expression clearly displaying my annoyance. You took it with you down to the beach. Oh, yeah. Do I really need a shirt for this? I'm not amused. Yeah, sorry. I'll be right back. He takes off back down the stairs. That dude will take any opportunity to show off his body, won't he? Did you find him? The rest of the group slowly approaches behind me. Yeah, he forgot his shirt down there. I make the air quote gesture sarcastically. Ah, it's almost time for lunch. There's still a few places I'd like to cover before we head to the University Center. Figures he would be the one holding us back. You were gone for quite a while too, weren't you? You saw that? I'm not blind, darling. Carlos grumbles under his breath. I'm back. Did you miss me? I look over at Karina, but she just shrugs her shoulders. Huzzah! The gang's back together. Who's ready to start the tour again? Satisfied that my shoes are empty, I slip them back on. I am. I am too. I can't wait for tonight. I've got something planned to show everyone. Carlos turns his back to us and looks at the sky. I got something planned tonight too, if you know what I'm saying. All the more reason to get started. Chris takes a few steps forward on one of the paths and waits for us to follow. Come on, everyone! We travel deeper into the campus, coming upon a series of tall, fancy buildings. Balconies extend out from sliding glass doorways on each floor, suggesting they aren't designed to be classrooms. These are some of the dormitory buildings for juniors and seniors. Darbon Hall and Tofford Hall, I tried my best, guys, are actually the newest structures on campus. They were built this year before I started. Nate looks up at them with an amazed expression. They're gorgeous. My freshman year roommate lives in Darbon Hall. If you think they're pretty out here, wait until you see the inside. There's a good chance you'll be staying in one of these by the time you're an upperclassman. I look at Chris and cringe slightly. These, don't look like they're cheap. God, no! He rubs behind his head while explaining. It's, a big reason why I'm a student mentor. So, you're staying in one of these too? No. As a mentor, I'm required to stay in the same building as my students. We double up as resident assistants, or RAs, during the school year. It's good to know you will be nearby. Uh-huh. My room fees are waived as long as I have this position. Something to keep in mind when the deans come asking for volunteers. I see. Huh. Makes sense that not everyone has the same funding as I do. At least the school offers way for students to work around high cost. I wish my school did that. And to the right is the biology building. Over there behind the garden is the psychology and communications department. I know one of you is studying communications. Yeah. The scholarship required I declare a major, so I choose the easiest one I could think of. It's not like it matters anyway. I'm here for football. There's a brief quiver in his voice. That's... You're an idiot. What'd you just say, El Tigre? College is not a game. Most of us work very hard to get here. Do you have any idea how insulting it is to hear someone shrug it off like that? Whatever, man. You don't know me at all. Now, guys. No need to fight. Brian, unfortunately, you're going to have to maintain a good GPA to keep your scholarship, so you still need to pay attention in class. Don't worry, I'll put in just enough effort to get by. Good enough. Brian folds his arms and frowns. Chris does his best to lighten the mood by moving us to the next location. For some reason, Brian's tone was different, and he didn't seem confident in his words. Deep down, I get the feeling he wasn't being genuine here. Almost as if he was trying to maintain some sort of image. We weave in between a couple other groups as we cross to the other side of the path. Those two play off each other quite well, don't you think? I wish they would stop fighting. Nah, that's what gives our group its dynamic. Not everything's a Broadway play, Nate. Darling, you just have to... Oh. He suddenly stops in his tracks while his jaw drops. Over here is the school theater. It's where you find the performing arts department. It's marvelous. He twirls around in place and strikes a pose. This is my place, everyone. Come on, we have to get inside. I'm not sure. What are you doing? Completely ignoring Chris, Nate runs up to the doorway and pushes his way inside. It's open. Karina shrugs her shoulders and follows him into the building. Just humor him. I suppose it wouldn't hurt. He waves for us to follow. You're gonna need to stand up for yourself better, Chris. The other two follow behind me in silence, clearly trying to avoid interacting with each other. Nate's footsteps echo as he prances around the lobby, checking things out. It's kind of spooky in here. I shiver when I become aware of the portraits of famous actors staring down at me from the walls. I always hated being in this kind of darkness. Nate, please stop running! What was that? I can't hear you. Duh. The shepherd plants his hands firmly on his cheeks when Nate dashes into the theater room. I'm going to get in so much trouble for this. The door swings shut behind him as he rushes after Nate. I think you are right, Karina. We just need to let him do his thing. Let's take a seat in the front, shall we? She holds the door open to the theater room. Thank you. I look back at Brian and notice that he isn't paying attention. Are you coming? Yeah, give me a sec. I was just admiring the guy's body over here. He points at the poster for a movie I don't recognize. There's a buff, shirtless rhino bending a long-haired lioness backwards in his arms. I get closer so I can read what's written in the dark. Rose of the Serengeti. I'm trying to pronounce this as best as I can, guys. Bless me. Santa Lucia Film Fest 2016. Sounds like something Nate would go crazy over. I'd like to meet that rhino, if you know what I'm saying. Roll my eyes. Classy, man. With the flick of my tail, I turn and start walking for the door of the theater room. Duh. Brian and I take seats on the opposite side of the aisle from Carlos and Karina. So, what did we miss? Nate convinced Chris to help him put on an impromptu performance. What? Really? Yeah, Chris is looking for the light switches. What happened to I'm gonna be in big trouble for this? Carlos lets out what should sound like an amused chuckle, but comes across as a scruff sigh. let's just say Nate wasn't going to take no for an answer. A spotlight slowly brightens up the stage, revealing Nate standing in a proud pose. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to tonight's show. Tonight? My face scrunches up in confusion. What is he babbling on about now? Chris peeks out from behind some curtains and waves at Nate with a nervous expression. Is this good enough? It's perfect, darling. Take a seat. Okay. Nate straightens out his shirt while Chris joins Carlos and Karina on their side of the aisle. Our performance will be a special one. One of you will remember for eternity. One you will remember for eternity. Woo! Ta-cha! He strikes another pose. I sink into my seat, feeling embarrassed for the fox by proximity. So see, Brian's laughing at you. How can you be so oblivious? The ability to improvise is an important tool in every actor's kit. In honor of this occasion, I would like to invite our mentor to provide us with a theme for the show. Me? That's right, darling. Anything you can think of. He rubs under his chin while he thinks. I have an idea. Why don't you tell us a story about the Joker and the thief? Excellent. I can work with that. I always liked Wolfmother. I was thinking more along the lines of Jimi Hendrix. I believe I'll need a volunteer to help me do justice to the material. My heart skips a beat. Brian nudges my shoulder and whispers in my ear. You should totally do it, dude. I don't wanna. I feel Nate's eyes glance down at me, so I try to cover my face with my backpack and disappear. Nobody wants to join in? Brian's next words come as a huge shock to me. How about Carlos? I'm sure he'd like to. What gave you that idea? You were telling me about how jealous you were of Nate's acting skills earlier. I never said... He starts his objection, but cuts it off. You did? Ugh. Most likely so he doesn't hurt Nate's feelings. You are a liar. That may be true, but at least I'm not a pussy. In an instant, Carlo's demeanor changes. I am not a pussy. Prove it. Not wanting to concede defeat, Carlo stands up from the seat and joins Nate on stage. He stands with his arms folded, facing us. Just tell me what I have to do, Nate. Follow my lead. He gently pushes Carlos out of the spotlight and turns to address us. Allow me to set the stage. Nate's arms begin to gesture wildly while he narrates. The year is 1958. Two brothers were born in destitution. On the eve of their 10th birthday, their single mother dies, leaving the pair to fend for themselves in the harsh streets of Los Angeles. An argument over a girl causes them to go their separate ways. One becomes a lawless thief, making a living the same way he learned how growing up. The other, in contrast, cleans up his act, and eventually becomes a detective for the local precinct. A decade after their split, the brothers meet once more in a fated encounter. Detective Joker, hot on the trail of a notorious jewel thief, has managed to corner the villain in a remote warehouse on the docks. For his performance, I shall take on the role of Joker. Thief, enter stage right. What does that mean? It means come forward. You could have just said that. We have to get the jargon right, okay? He lets out a sigh and does what Nate says. It is I, the thief. Carlos announces presence in the most deadpan way possible. No, that's not how you do it. I am not an actor. Just let me handle the words, I guess. Next to me, I can hear Brian snicker. He's definitely feeling some sort of schadenfreude from this performance. Aha! There's nowhere left to run, thief! Your crime spree has finally come to an end. Nate makes a gun gesture with his hands and slowly approaches Carlos, who merely stands there. What do you have to say for yourself? He taps his foot on the stage. Turn around and face me, criminal scum. Hello, brother. It's been a while. But what? The surprise in Nate's face almost comes across as genuine. I'd be pretty fooled if I didn't already know he was an actor. Or should I say, Joker? Dimitri, how could you? What would Mother say? Where do you think I learned this? No, it can't be. He falls to his knees and holds his arms up to the sky. Everything I know is a lie! I cringe as he sustains the last word dramatically. In one swift movement, Carlos mimics the gun gesture Nate had earlier. You should have never let your guard down. He slowly approaches Nate, aiming his finger at him with purpose. What are you going to do? Shoot your own brother? No. He lets his hands fall, with a motion suggesting he's throwing the invisible gun away. Huh. They're really getting into it. What do you think, Brian? It is in that moment I realize he's no longer sitting next to me. There's something I always wanted to tell you. Brother, Pow! Pow! Brian steps out of the shadows and smirks. Once a jewel thief, always a jewel thief. Dimitri, no! Carlos shoots Brian a death glare. I don't know Spanish, guys. I do apologize. I'm assuming it means pendejo. I tried. Don't break character, Carlos. Nate wags his finger while looking back at Brian as he runs away. Detective Marlowe, you bastard! Carlos gently slumps to the floor and holds his chest. Dimitri. Nate kneels down next to him and makes a face that comes across like he's trying to cry. I am dead, right? No, not yet. You have to give us your dying words. Damn. The tiger sighs once again and proceeds. Brother, I wanted to tell you. No, save your energy. I'll call an ambulance. Just stay with me, please. You already know I'm not going to make it. So listen to me. No, you can't die. Not like this. I wanted to tell you. I always looked up to you. I took the path I chose, but I never wanted to hurt you. I just lost sight of who I was. Please, forgive me, brother. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say... Carlos closes his eyes. It allows his head to slump to the side. Wow. Karina lets out an audible gasp. That was surprisingly good. Nate sits there, staring down at Carlos. Holy crap. He stands up and straightens out his shirt. And so, with his brother dead, Detective Joker's investigation came to a close. The stolen jewels were returned, and Joker gave his gave his brother a private burial. Not long after, he resigns from the force. Joker dedicated the next few years of his life trying to bring Detective Marlowe to justice for the murder. But that's a story for another day. The end. Karina, Chris, and I started clapping. Yahoo! Oh my god, that sounds so bad. That was amazing! Like, I don't know how anybody can actually say, like, Yahoo, like, naturally. Yahoo! Like, it just sounds like I'm Luigi. Anyways. Yeah, great job, you two! Carlos picks himself up off the floor and glances down at us. Yeah, good job. Brian sits with his arms folded. Guess your little derailment tactic didn't work, huh? Thank you. You're too kind. He makes a long theatrical bow. Carlos, where'd you learn to act like that? That was super good. Yeah, that felt very real. What? Huh? I don't know what came over me, I guess. I just said what felt right. Ugh. Brian gets up from his seat and starts walking back to the lobby. What about me? You did good, Carlos. I had a feeling you were going to surprise us. Aww. We regroup outside the theater, carefully slipping out of the building. Phew, let's try not to get sidetracked again. Agreed. I'm sorry. I thought that would have been fun. It was, though. That was a great performance. I can't believe how well you did, Carlos. Thank you. Let's head this way down the path. Alright. Nate lags behind the rest of us. Brian notices and slowed down his pace. You doing okay, Nate? Yeah, everything's fine. See? He grins at Brian, clearly trying to get him to leave him alone. That's what I thought. He nods his head in response, then looks forward as we talk. That was beginner's luck, so don't feel bad. What? You were amazing up there, too. I'm impressed you managed to come up with that story right on the spot. Thanks. I enjoyed the part I played in it, too. You have to learn to think on your feet in this industry. Yep, same with football. Remember what I said about you having potential? Yeah? I can tell you're gonna make it. Keep your chin up. Nate's gaze falls to the side. I can tell from where I'm standing he's trying to hold back a blush. Chris leads us past another group whose mentor is giving them a deep, insightful lecture about the history of some painted rock on campus. Their stuffy delivery really makes me glad it ended up with Chris. Oh, to the right is the Las Devilizer and Zahn, I swear, you guys are literally doing this to me on purpose. I can't pronounce these words. Loswin. I'm going to say Loswin. And if I get that wrong, I don't care. To the right is Loswin Chapel. Oh, we have one on campus. That's right. That is a relief. They perform Catholic services here. Of course they do, silly. It's considered one of the prettiest non-denominational chapels in the United States. Non-denominational. That means it isn't dedicated to any one religion. That's right, Karina. While it was originally established as a Catholic chapel, over time it became open and accepting to students of all faiths. How does that even work? Students are allowed to follow their religious customs within its walls. We have rooms specialized for all forms of prayer, and religious clubs are encouraged to host services according to their faith for all who wish to attend. That sounds, complicated. Can't say I'll be using it. I'm not big on religion, no offense. Besides, I'm sure I'd burst into flames if I walk in there. I survived being raised in a Protestant household. Need I say more? Hey, remember this is a safe space, guys. Let's be fair and accepting of everyone's beliefs, okay? What's your faith, Chris? Gah! You walked right into that one. I honestly don't know much about religion. My mom's an atheist, while my dad was a staunch Christian. I'm baptized, but I didn't really go to church and stuff. I guess I believe in a higher power, but I don't really know what else there is to believe. I think that makes me agnostic. Chris's tail wags behind him, giving the appearance he's happy to talk about this. But I'm pretty sure he's hoping nobody presses him on it further. I think that counts, yeah. I'm pretty similar. I'd say I'm more spiritual than religious, but I'm open to the ideas and traditions of others. Carlos stands with his arms folded, tail flicking left and right behind him. You are all so quick to dismiss the faith. What's wrong with that? He looks up at me with an expression I can't quite decipher. I'm not used to being around godless heathens. I did not say that. It's what you're thinking, though. Don't deny it. Leave him alone, Brian. I see the way you look at Nate and I. You probably expect us to burn hell, huh? I would never. Karina puts a hand on Carlos' shoulder before walking up to Brian and staring him down. That's enough. You two have been fighting all day, and it's getting on my nerves. But Karina grabs his shirt and pulls him down to her level. Behind her, Chris stands looking petrified, watching his mentees fight each other. You owe Carlos an apology for that one. Do I make myself clear? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My eyes widen at what just happened. Karina releases Brian from her grip, and he stands firm. I'm sorry, Carlos. Apology accepted. Karina turns to me and smiles, clearly proud of herself for that. I fake a smile and give her a thumbs up. Yeesh, remind me not to piss her off. Well, now that we're all getting along, shall we continue? But Ben... Yeah, let's keep going, alright? I cut Nate... Yeah. I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing it. I cut Nate off before he can finish. A very modern, sleek-looking building comes into view as we take a right onto onto another path. There's a fancy sign that displays the name of the department it hosts. Ah, this is the Engineering and Computer Science building. Almost all my classes are in here. Oh, you never told us what you're studying. So, you're going to be an engineer, huh? Not exactly. I plan to be a professional programmer, so I'm studying computer science. Ah, that explains a lot. I had you pegged as a video gamer the moment I saw you. What? I'm not that predictable, am I? Oh no. Huh? Karina shoots me a death glare this time. Sorry, I didn't realize that I hurt your feelings. He pushes glasses with a finger and smiles. Nah, it's okay. I'm used to it. Yeah, I'd like to be a game developer one day. Video games are one of my passions. I've been playing them ever since I was 3 years old. I'd love to get hired by one of these big studios. It's my dream. I notice Nate has left my line of sight. So I glance around trying to find him. What are you doing, Nate? Carlos steps aside, revealing a cowering fox behind him. Nate points a finger at the entrance to the engineering building. What is she doing here still? Looking over, I see a group of adults being led out of the building by another mentor. I furrow a brow, trying to make out what could possibly be putting him on edge. And don't get me started on game mechanics. My favorite... Chris, what's going on over there? Gah! I inadvertently snap him out of his rambling and catch his attention. What was that, Bennett? Those people over there, are they parents? Oh, yeah. There's an orientation for parents, too. You're kidding me. Why can't she just leave me alone? We offer it to ease parents into letting their children go. We show them the facilities, let them meet the deans, and basically do everything we can to ease the transition for them. You alright, Nate? No, I'm not alright. My mom's in that group. Can we move to the next location, please? I notice the tone of his voice is completely different right now. The cheerful exuberance seemed to have been replaced by utter disgust, which catches me off guard. Oh! Okay, yeah, we can. Chris seems disappointed nobody appears to care about his interests. I'm sure he'll have another chance to talk about it. As we're walking along, I notice there's something missing. I get closer to Nate and lower my voice, so I don't draw attention to this. Hey, I think you might have dropped your bracelet. His response is surprisingly curt. His tail flicks back and forth, clearly expressing his annoyance right now. Oh, right. He pats his pocket. I just put it away. What? I'm about to ask a stupid question, but I stop myself. Oh. He just looks at me and smiles. Yeah, that's what I thought was going on. I'm sorry. That can't be easy to deal with. It's okay. I'll manage. I always do. Knowing her, if she could, she'd be walking with us right now. I wouldn't doubt she's been keeping an eye out for me. A helicopter mom, huh? I wish you wouldn't wear that pink shirt. It makes you look like a fag. What? He closes his eyes and takes a quick breath, then seemingly returns to his old self. He gives me one last wink before returning his gaze forward. I see. Damn. Sometimes I'm glad my parents were so distant. The engineering building behind us. Chris leads us down a path that feels like we're wrapping back around towards Raymond Field. A strikingly official, government-looking building looms over us, to our left. This is the Business and Law Department. We have a renowned business administration program for undergrads. Those interested in pursuing law have a ton of options prepared for them before graduation. I believe one of you is interested in pre-law, right? Correct. He looks up at the building and smiles. This is the place my aunt said I would be when we visited a year ago. Oh, so you had the tour before. My aunt is alumni. Yeah. My aunt is alumna. I think it's alumni, but I could be wrong. It's called alumni at my school, so I could be wrong. An alumna. Chris's eyes lighten up. Really? That's so cool! So you're continuing on the legacy. I wouldn't put it like that. Carlos tries to hide a blush. Say, does anyone know what time it is? Hold on a sec. While Brian's pulling out his phone, Chris opens his mentor packet again and flips to the itinerary. It's almost noon. Gah! We're gonna be late for lunch! Waxed. Seemingly on cue, my stomach begins to growl at me angrily. I suddenly remember the last meal I ended up in the air. Yeah. I suddenly remember the last meal I had ended up in the airplane's toilet. On second thought, I could use a little food. What? Look at Brian inquisitively. That's nothing. Don't worry about it. My eyes narrow. I bet he was planning another innuendo. This guy really has a one-track mind. Okay, guys, we need to start heading back towards the university center. Follow me. He directs us across the other side of the path, between a couple of other buildings. Alright, I need to cover these quick. To the right is the music department. We've had several famous musicians attend USL, though I can't quite remember who they are off the top of my head. That's awesome. Yeah, I think one of them was a jazz artist. Bubba something. Ah, Bubba Stanley. That's it. Bubba Stanley, the saxophonist. I heard he opened a restaurant in Santa Lucia after he retired. I think I know about that. We should take a trip down there as a group one day. I cringe at the suggestion. I was never the kind who liked eating at restaurants. On the left here is the Wellness Center. Wellness Center? What's that supposed to mean? Is it not obvious? No, let's not start another fight. That was not my intention. Carlos takes a step away and folds his arms. Basically, it's an infirmary. I blink at him again. You mean a hospital on campus? I suppose that's a better word. Yeah. Ah, good to know. I rub my forehead, feeling the weight of only a couple sporadic hours of sleep weighing down on it. I'll probably end up using it a lot. Really? What do you mean by that? The two of them look at me in confusion. It's nothing serious. I just have chronic headaches. I smile the best I can. Please, Karina, there's no need to let everyone know about my nightmares. Oh, that's right. Looks like she got the hint. Yeah, you'll be able to get some help for that here. Let's keep going. We're almost there. Chris starts walking faster towards a clearing behind these buildings. We arrive at another large field with various pathways cutting across it. I noticed that along the perimeter are some of the buildings we've seen so far on the tour. From where I'm standing, I can already identify the Seaside Marketplace on the opposite side, the theater to our right. God, I hope they haven't started calling in groups for lunch yet. They might have, but I don't think we're out of place. Look at all the other groups here. Yeah. We follow Chris down one of the paths leading down the university center. I notice he's trying not to stand out too much as he walks, almost as if he wants to avoid being noticed by someone. As we get closer, the number of groups grows significantly. Most seem to stick to themselves, but some have started mingling with others. I won't lie, it would be nice to get a little break from these guys. Not that I'm not enjoying myself. It's just they could try getting along better. Even Nate's been in a sour mood since he saw his mom. You alright, Ben? She smiles at me. You're looking at us kind of funny. I think he's just hungry, Karina. Very funny. Jeez, my stomach growls once, and all of a sudden my personality is reduced to the hungry one. Lighten up, I'm just teasing you. You gotta learn to roll with the punches, darling. That's right. A2, Karina? Okay. It looks like they haven't started lunch yet. That's good. Takes a deep breath, clearly trying to calm himself down. So, we've got a little downtime. How's everyone doing? Any burning questions? I'm having a great time, Chris. Thank you for the tour so far. No problem, Karina. His tail swings behind him. I guess he needed the reassurance. Yeah, I have a question. Sure, go for it. I need to take a piss. Where's the bath? Before he can finish asking, the doors to the UC swing open, and one of the girls I recognize from check-in yells out, Mentors, gather your students! Lunch is ready! Oh, thank God, I'm starving. He completely forgets about the question he was asking and starts sprinting for the UC. But Brian, stop! We need to get in line first! Ah! I laugh under my breath at the geeky shepherd as he tries chasing down the football player. Come on, guys, let's go. You betcha. The two follow after Chris, giggling alongside each other. We should go, right? Indeed. We cannot let the panda get all the food. Huh. As we walk together, I notice there's a slight playfulness to his response. I finally managed to find my group in the sea of students and mentors. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to eat. There's a surprisingly large variety of choices here. It's good to know I'm not going to go hungry. So for anybody who's like starting up college, enjoy this nice food like on the first weekend while it lasts, because it's not going to be there forever. Because after that first weekend and maybe second weekend, it's going to be trash. Like from what I've heard, even private schools are like this sometimes. And it's like, yeah, enjoy some trash food most of the year. But then again, I'm pretty sure Santa Lucia in this world, I'm sure like their lunches are pretty great. But my experiences are different. About time you showed up. You're the last one here, Benny boy. My blood runs cold. Sure enough, everyone's at the table. Could have sworn I saw Nate still grabbing a salad. I'm almost finished with my plate. It's good to have you join us, Bennett. I was getting kind of worried. I hope this won't be a theme with you. You're one to talk, Mr. I forgot my name tag. I snap back, bitter and sarcastic. More bitter and sarcastic than I intended. Gah. Chill out, dude. He's just checking to make sure you're alright. I let out an apologetic sigh and droop forward slightly, with the tray still in my hands. Sorry, Chris. I didn't mean that. She's right, mate. He smiles at me while taking a mouthful of his sandwich. Huh? I look at Karina. She shrugs and takes a sip from her cup. Gah! Sorry, I always forget Americans don't say that. It's all good, mate. I see. Take a seat. Take a seat. Okay. I look around the table, trying to find an empty chair, but... How nice of you to bring me seconds, Ben. Brian stands up and pats me on the back, then grabs the plate off my tray. What the? How'd you know I liked orange chicken and egg rolls? He smirks at me while taking a crunchy bite out of one of the rolls. Nate chimes in with a chuckle. Why would you do that to me? Karina rolls her eyes and frowns. I swear, if it's not one thing, it's another with... I swear, it's not one thing, it's another with you boys. I'm just joking around. He sits back down with my plate and continues chowing down the plate he already had. Just give me a second. I'll be finished soon. While talking with his mouth full, he gives me a thumbs up. You can have my seat when I'm done, bro. I shrug my shoulders and place down my drink next to him. What's that for? Might as well take my drink too. Carlos grunts, even though he's trying to appear like he's ignoring everything. Takes a huge bite out of his burrito in his hands. I try my best to keep my stomach from growling again, but it has a mind of its own. I'll just grab another plate and sit somewhere else. Seriously, dude, I'm just joking. It's not like you gotta pay for the food. Here, you can have it back. He tries giving me my plate, but I put a hand up and started walking away. Too late. You've sealed your fate. I'm gonna get you. Do I? Maybe not now, but soon. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Carlos smile as he takes a sip from his cup. It's all in good fun, right? Still, I could use this little break. Maybe I really will find a seat somewhere else. Figures. They ran out of orange chicken, so I decided to get a sandwich instead. Fortunately, they packed these suckers. I glance down at the monstrosity on my plate and see it's practically overflowing with meat, cheese, veggies, and condiments galore. I unconsciously lick my lips. I can't wait to get my mouth around this bad boy. With my newly restocked tray, I return to the seating area. So then I told her, Susie, DiCaprio is never going to see the play, so go ham. Oh, that's adorable. Did she? A little coaching from me, of course. Oh, you're so humble. I'm surprised humble is in your vocabulary. Tell us how it went. Huh. I see my group is in the middle of a conversation. I decide I don't want to intrude right now, so I look around for another place to sit. A couple of tables down, there's a chubby raccoon gathering people together to take a group picture. His yellow overshirt flutters a bit as he quickly kneels to get a better angle. It's good to see even the other groups are having a good time. I travel deeper into the dining hall, scanning for an open seat with relative privacy. At this point, I just kind of want to eat my food and relax. Slipping behind a pillar, I find a nice spot that's hidden from view. I've already pulled out a chair and placed down my tray on the table before I notice something. Oh. Directly across from me sits the dragon I saw earlier. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Take a step back. Put a hand behind my head. May I have a seat? The dragon nods his head and looks down at his plate. Yeah. There's trembling hesitation in his voice. You sure it's alright to say no? It's okay. Go ahead. I nod my head and relax, sitting down, scooting the chair in. I unwrap a straw and stick it in my cup. Oh my gosh. I'm already screwing up this bad. Help. I stick it in my cup. I don't know why I said thumb. Why did I... I don't know. Anyways, moving on. There's a distinct sound of something tapping beneath the table on his side. Take a sip from my soda and smile at him. So, how's it going? Oh, fine, I guess. He hasn't taken a bite of his pizza since I got here. My name's Ben. What's yours? He relaxes for a moment. I'm Zach. It's nice to meet you. I smile while holding out a hand towards him to shake. His guard immediately goes up again. The dragon carefully grabs my hand, clearly uncomfortable with the interaction. I sense the mood and give it a light shake, then let it return to his side. Sorry, He nibbles on a slice, probably trying to change the subject without saying so. So how's orientation been going so far? Good, it's been good. He seems to sink into his seat a bit. I think I saw you earlier at the marketplace. Yeah. I notice his hands have found their way into his jacket's pockets. I'm so sorry. I'm bad at this. I never know what to say. Nobody ever really sees me. I crook my head slightly. Is that why you walked away? He nods. I see. What about your group? Where are they? He points a finger at a table halfway across the dining hall. They're over there. I kinda sorta told them I needed to use the bathroom. I peek around the pillar we're behind. I see a familiar panther laughing and mingling with a group of students. Sam's your mentor? Yeah. I met him earlier. Can't help but feel he's pretty cool. A tinge of jealousy at that. He seems to be having a good time over there. Wonder why Zach isn't with them. Yeesh. I know if I were him, I'd be excited to have Sam as my mentor. Yeah. I return my attention back to the dragon. He just stares off to the side. I take a moment to start on my sandwich. It's so big. I barely opened my jaw enough to take a bite. Crap. I chew a piece enough to swallow, then look down at the splatter of condiments on my plate. Zach looks at me confused. I didn't get any on you, did I? No. Good. Put the sandwich down and frown. There's a small dot of mustard on my shirt. Start reaching for a napkin from the nearby dispenser. There's none left. Crap! Here. To my surprise, the dragon pulls out one from beside him that I didn't notice. I took some from one of the other tables. Thanks. I take it and very carefully wipe the mustard so it doesn't smear. There we go. Whew, lucky me. I managed to get it off before it leaves a stain. You saved my fur there, dude. You're welcome. Take another awkward sip of my soda. Silence falls between us once again. You know, usually I'm pretty good at getting people to talk to me. But this guy has been a tough nut to crack. Long Way Home? Is that an album cover? My jacket? Yeah. I should get him to open up. It's an old album by Bubba Stanley. The name rings a bell from earlier. The jazz artist? You know him? He perks up slightly. Not exactly. I scratch into my chin. I just heard he used to go here and that he opened a restaurant in Santa Lucia after he retired. Oh. Yeah, that's him. So I take it you like jazz? Yeah. I kind of grew up listening to it. My parents are big fans. I nod my head. Cool. I consider taking another bite, but I don't want to splatter everywhere again. Just like that, the topic ends. Don't take this the wrong way, but I kind of get the feeling you'd rather be alone. He looks at me with a frown. I'm sorry. I just don't know what to say. I shake my head. No, don't apologize. You came here for some privacy, then I drop in out of nowhere. Sorry about that. I scratch behind my ear. I'll go ahead and leave you be. Thanks. I gather my tray and push in the chair. It's alright, I understand. Maybe we'll get to see each other sometime. It was nice meeting you, Zach. He stares down at his plate as I walk away. I start making my way back to the group, weaving between tables and mingling students. Come on, Ben. It's just one guy. Don't take it so personally. He's just one of those shy kids, right? Remember how you were when you first transferred to Bernard Academy? Before you met. There you are, Ben! Brian left your food. He was hoping you'd come back soon. He did? I notice across the table my old plate is still there, untouched, save for one egg roll Brian took a bite of. See? I told you he was fine. You probably went to the restroom, right? Uh, uh, are you okay? Sorry, that... there wasn't any space for you earlier. I hope you're not mad. No, it's nothing like that. Here, take a seat. The others got up to grab some dessert. Thanks. I place my tray down and finally get a chance to sit with my group. So tell me, what happened? I found a spot to sit near the back and ran to another guy eating by himself. Huh? Alone? Didn't he have a group? Yeah, he just needs some alone time, I guess. That's strange. Orientation lunch is a prime bonding moment for students and mentors. I'm surprised his mentor let him do that. I think he'd rather be alone. Where is he? I'd like to talk to him. He's back there. I point to the place behind the pillar. Huh? I shift around to get a better view, but notice that Zach's nowhere to be found. I guess he must have moved. I shrug my shoulders and look down at my sandwich. I should talk to him anyway. What did you say he looked like? It's okay, Chris. I think he decided to sit with his group again. It kind of hurts to know there's someone not enjoying orientation. Well, not everyone's super into social situations, you know? How can you say that? Meeting new people is half the fun of going to university. Yeah. I poke my sandwich. It's pretty soggy now. I suppose I still have the other plate. But it's probably ice cold. You mentioned dessert? When the others get back to their seats, Chris, Karina, and I get up for dessert ourselves. There's a small little bakery next to the kitchen that serves a wide variety of pastries. All the while, I keep an eye out for the lonely dragon in the hoodie. This whole time, I felt sort of like a fish out of water. Everything's going like 1,000 miles per hour. It's hard to keep up with all this. Hell, it's practically sensory overload. Still, I wouldn't exactly call myself introverted. Jeez, if it's this bad for me, I can't imagine how hard it is for someone like Zach. Wonder if I'll see him again. And this is where we're going to end it off, guys. Hope you enjoy this video. Hope you enjoy my reading, despite my stuttering and my and all that, and my lack of pronunciation, because I am, North Hick trash. I'm kidding. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. There'll be more coming soon, and I can't wait to continue this orientation on day 1. So until then, I'll see you guys later. Yeah. See, I even screwed up like the ending. Bravo me. Yeah. Anyways, see you guys around. Bye.